Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Armory Gaming. Today I'm going to do something that I don't normally do and that I actually don't really like to do. So I'm going to be talking about Monster Lab, which as you all know, it's going to be a new addition to the game where we don't have too much information about yet. And I'm just going to go ahead and do some speculations and so forth. And the reason I don't normally like to do these videos, the reason I don't post my own like future monster videos is because I don't like talking about stuff that we don't have too much information. For example, I know some Monster Legend YouTubers like to do those future Monster Legends videos, Monster Legend monsters, where all you do is you see them walk around and they do their animation, and that's great enough, but you don't really know anything about their stats or their skills or their attacks, so that doesn't help too much. You know, Social Point has tricked us in the past where a really cool monster with a cool design turns out to be, let's just say, not so good, and like a really ugly looking monster turns out to be like really incredible. Enough about that, I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm just going to be scrolling down. This is all available on the Monster Wiki, so there's the website right there. And if you want to see any information or join the discussion on the comments below, make sure to do that, because speculation is pretty fun and to get everyone's ideas. So I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down and we're going to be reading this together. For those of you that haven't heard about it or read about it, this is going to be the first time, and it's an addition that's honestly, it's pretty cool. Who knows where it's going to take us. Let's see. That's Dr. Viktor, a monster that recently got released, and he's holding an egg on one hand and he's holding some sort of pod on the other hand, and he just looks like a mad scientist. Alright, let's see. So TC notification. Something big is coming soon. There's something big. In the following days, Monster Legends will have a huge innovation. Dr. Viktor is working on his crazy experiment, and the outcome will be massively important for your monster world. Expect great things. So if I recall correctly, we've already had that notification, and in fact, if you have your game updated, you can already see the island like in a black silhouette, like surrounded by some clouds. So it's already there, it's in development, we know that. The next tease that we're going to be seeing is D2, Monster Lab almost ready. 2 days, only 2 days before Dr. Viktor opens his Monster Lab. In 2 days, Dr. Viktor's crazy experiment will be unleashed and your monsters will break their own limits. Make sure you have the latest version of the game. So I don't want to spoil what it means by break your own limits, but many of you already know what that's going to mean. The minute we see that notification, in exactly 2 days, we're going to be able to finally access Dr. Viktor's lab. So that's going to be pretty fun. Update to access the lab. It's just a notification saying download the latest version of Monster Legends, and the time has come. That's once it's been released. That's after the 2 days. The Dr. Viktor's lab will be there and we'll finally be able to use it. So what does it say? Repair Dr. Viktor's Monster Lab now. The time has come for you to collect monster cells, level up your monsters beyond their limits, and defeat your rivals. So let's get straight into what are these monster cells. Well, looking at this first picture, monster cells. Monster cells are pieces of monsters you can use to craft or upgrade other monsters of the same kind. There are many different kinds of monster cells, as there are many monsters in the game. Yes. Anyways, so this is pretty interesting. Let me go ahead and highlight this. So you can use monster cells to craft or upgrade other monsters. That's really interesting. Also, of the same kind. So craft means that you'll be able to create a monster, right? And upgrade other monsters, that means that you can increase their levels, it would seem. So if I was seeing this for the first time, I would think, cool, we can finally make monsters and we can find a different way to level them up without using food. That'd at least be my interpretation of it. It's actually a whole lot crazier than that, because if you remember here, it says level up your monsters beyond their limit. So I'm going to scroll down, see what else it says. There's also a thing called Dr. Viktor's shop. Dr. Viktor's always on the lookout for new monster cells. Visit his shop regularly to discover new selection of monster cells available for purchase. So this is pretty interesting. Apparently, and what it looks like here is that by spending gems, you can actually buy the monster cells. So you don't necessarily have to get them yourself, you can actually buy them. So for people that pay to play, I guess this will be a really easy way for you to perform whatever tasks you need to in the game and just like get ahead of everyone else. So that's pretty interesting too. Let's go ahead and scroll down some more. Extraction. You can earn monster cells as rewards throughout the game, but also extract them directly from a monster. Be careful, that monster will disappear completely in the process. So this is pretty cool. What I take it is, so suppose you have a lot of pandakins, right? And you can kind of put them into this chamber and it'll extract cells from that monster, and then you can use those monster cells to be able to either create a new monster, I'm not sure, create the same monster, that seems a little weird because why would you get cells, or use them to upgrade the monster beyond their limit. So we'll see what happens. Scrolling down some more. Rank up. Each type of monster cell can be used to rank up monsters of the same kind. So of the same kind trips me up. does this mean like the exact same monster? For example, a Pandakin can only help out can Pandakin cells only help out Pandakin, or does it mean that, you know, if Pandakin cells are fire nature, can it boost up other nature and fire type monsters? Who knows? For example, a legendary Thunder, could they only be helped by another legendary Thunder or any Thunder type, or does it have to be the exact same monster? So that's still up for speculation, and probably the most interesting part and the most polarizing part, because I've read through a lot of comments and people feel they either hate it or they love it, and to be honest, you guys haven't even tried it. Rank up. Ranked up monsters can level up beyond their natural maximum level, and thus become stronger, faster, and more resilient than their peers. So here we have Hydrock going from level 120 to level 130, which of course means increased speed, increased power, increased health. What does that mean for me? More work, because now I'm going to have to do level 1 to 130. Yeah, it sucks. This is honestly super interesting in my opinion. I think this is, again, this is my own personal opinion. I think this is really geared to motivate loyal players that have been playing for 2 years, 3 years, and not so much for newer players. And the reason I say this is because myself, I'm level 80, I'm not level 100, I'm level 80, and it's already at that repetitive point where dungeons are super easy, player versus player, you know, it's all about runes. Team Wars made it really fun. I really love that they did Team Wars. However, when you get matched up against like a really unfair team that uses all like level 10 speed runes, like it's not fun because you're gonna lose. But what I think this is doing essentially is we've already, you know, we have everything maxed. All I'm doing now is making rock antiums and collecting a lot of gold. So now this brings forth a new obstacle for me, where now I have to get these monster cells somehow. I have to level up my monster past level 100. So 100 isn't the limit for legendaries. And now for epics, their new limit is level 120. And you know, I think that's pretty cool. For rares, their new level is 105. So that makes it loyal players who already have everything like maxed out, now they have something to look forward to, or now they have something to do. And lower players, new players, now they have something to look forward to. Now they have something to be like, oh, I want my White Walker to be level 130 instead of level 100. So I don't know, in my opinion, I think this is really supposed to just make loyal players, give loyal players something new to do, because it's pretty repetitive after a point. So I honestly, right now, I'm positively biased towards it. I don't think, I've seen people say, oh, it's gonna ruin the game, it's gonna suck, because to be honest, it's just gonna end up happening. Like, all legendaries will now go to 130, all rares will now go to 105, all epics to 120. It's kind of the same thing as being, what is it, like 75, 90, 100, but now it's just, everyone is getting boosted by the same amount. The only difference is that some monsters get a bigger boost depending, like, I don't know how to say this. So like from level 4 to 10, I'm not sure what the difference is in your stats increase, and is it the same as from level like 90 to 100? So maybe the lower monsters will benefit more, or maybe the higher monsters will benefit more. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's the same all along, but whatever. That's my view on it anyways. Now I'm gonna scroll down to see what else information is released. So lab level, the maximum rank you can reach is limited by the monster lab's level. Upgrade it to take full advantage of monster cells. So this is honestly no different than like the runes temple, where you have to upgrade it before you can make a level 3 rune, you have to upgrade it before you can make a level 4 rune, you have to upgrade it, and you have to keep doing that. So that makes perfect sense. And here's an example. Crafting coming soon. Once you collect enough monster cells of one kind, you can place them into a crafting pod to create a brand new egg. So here we see Thunderon. Once you have 100 out of 100, you can make a Thunderon egg. So I really like this, because what if they make it possible to make monsters that aren't on sale? What if somehow we can collect enough monster cells for monsters that haven't been available? So for example, I've been wanting Sarah for a really long time. What if by this monster lab, I'll finally be able to get Sarah, and she doesn't have to be on sale. She doesn't have to be in an island. I can finally get her somehow. So I really like this crafting idea. I think it's a super awesome idea. So, but we'll see. When it actually gets released, I guess we'll see how awesome it really is. Monster Cells Vault. All monster cells you own are stored in this place. You can have a look at your collection at any time. So I guess this is how you keep track of what monsters you have or how much cells you have in order to either craft or upgrade your monster. And as we can see, they're color coded. So legendary is purple, epic is green, R is red. And I'm gonna scroll down, see what else it says. Dr. Viktor shops. We just have some greetings. So things that Dr. Viktor will say to you. Greetings, stranger. Nice weather, huh? And thanks. Your business here is appreciated. Thank you. Who ordered monster cells? Extraction. Oh cool, there's some more information about extraction. Caps lock, so this has to be important. Everyone listen up. Pick a monster you'd like to turn into cells of its kind. See, this is still confusing me. So why would you turn a Thunderon into a cell form if you were gonna make a Thunderon back? Or like, let's say Voltic. Let's say, I guess if you wanted to upgrade them to level 130, you'd essentially have to make a lot of Voltics into cells, and then you'd have Voltic cells. I don't know, this is still confusing. Like, I hope that's not the case. I hope it's meaning by like the elements, but who knows? I guess we'll see, because based on these pictures up here, it's like every single monster, so there's like over 220 monsters, is gonna have their own cell that's gonna fill up. So honestly, I guess we'll see, because if you see here, this shows an egg. So Tyros, Metalhead, eggs. For some reason, for Phoenix, it shows a star. This is Captain Legends. That's obviously not Captain Legends, but it also shows a star. So is there different cells for upgrading and a different cell for eggs? Who knows? Yeah, who knows? I can't really comment too much on that. Here's something cool though. Any rune still equipped will be sent back to the rune storage before extraction. This is awesome. This is super awesome. So as we all know, it costs gems to remove runes. Hopefully this is a way we can remove runes without having to pay any gems. Can you imagine? Let's say you got a monster and you gave him the wrong skill set, so you're disappointed about the skill set, and you gave him the wrong runes, and let's say it was like a level, let's just go high, like a level 8 rune, and it costs like X amount of gems to remove that rune. Now you can technically extract him and get that rune back. Hopefully it doesn't cost anything. I guess we're gonna find out. But in my opinion, this is awesome if you automatically get that rune without having to pay anything. Super cool. After completion, the extraction will produce... doesn't say. You can't extract the cells of your last monster. So Social Point thought ahead. I know some of you were thinking, oh, I'm going to be the first to sell all my monsters, extract my last monster, and I'm going to have an island of no monsters. Well, Social Point isn't going to let you do that. Sorry guys, can't do that. Place monsters in the pods and turn them into monster cells. That's been said. You have attained the following monster cells. It's still just a colon and it's blank. Sent to cell vault, open pod required. An unoccupied pod is required to start the process. Do you want to rent this one? 4%. So is it going to cost money to rent out a pod? If so, how many unoccupied pods can you have? Can you rent? Do you have to rent them or do you have to buy them? There's so many questions, so little answers, but we will find out. And I'm gonna scroll down. Is there anything new here? Here's something interesting. Apparently Elementium is another type of resource besides Monster Cell. So maybe Monster Cell will be used to make Elementium? I don't know. I don't even know what Elementium is or what it's gonna be useful for. So I'll leave that open in the air. Do you guys have any thoughts of what that could be? I know lots of you play Dragon City, and I guess they've done a similar thing in the past with Dragon City with like this whole Dr. Viktor's Lab. So if you guys can share any info, I definitely want to read about it. And just to scroll down, this is the building overview. So this is how it starts, and then when you repair it, I assume level 1, it'll only cost 50k, 2 days to build, and you get crafting, vault, and shop. And then the next one costs 500k, 6 hours, you get rank 1, and so forth. Rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, rank level 6, and rank 5 being the last, costing 100 mil. Scrolling down. So here's some more useful information. Here we have rank 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Monster cells rank up. I'm not sure what these numbers mean. So is 120 the number of max cells you can have? The number, I don't know. I actually have no idea what that means. Extra monster level, +5. So that means if you have a legendary and you have a level 2, I believe. Yes, no, a level 1, level 2, a level 2. If you have a level 2 monster lab, which unlocks rank up level 1, then you'll be able to level up your monsters by 5. I guess if you want to do the full 30 levels, you're gonna have to buy the monster lab or upgrade your monster lab all the way to level 6. So we'll see how that goes. And here's something actually a lot more interesting. So we have rare, epic, and legend. Does that mean that you won't be able to level up your commons? So who knows? I guess your commons are forced to stay at a cap level of 40, because it only shows rares at 75, and with the rank 1 you can get them to 80, then to 85, to 90, to 95, and 105. And legendaries from 100 all the way to 130. And they've even updated skills group, so now it goes, you still have a chance to get skills from skill group 2 at levels 105, 115, 125, and for skills group 3 you can read right here, there's 3 more added. So one thing I do want to say to those who think this might mess up the game, I actually think for a good amount of time this will actually make the game a whole lot better, because currently rares and specifically rares, but rares and legendary rares and epics, they have trouble in team wars. Epics not so much, but rares, they still die in one hit. So imagine if you can focus on getting all your rares to like the level 100 range, or at least to like say rank 3, and get them to level 90, the same as epics. They'll be able to compete now, so your rares will be able to compete with your legendaries, which is cool. However, of course, if you focus on your legendaries first, which I think many people might, that means now the legendaries will still take out your rares in one hit, but they've always been doing that, so there's not much of a difference. So I just think the fact that you can finally upgrade your rares and make them competitive against epics and legendaries, that's super cool. Now of course that's just speculation. I just really hope that you guys like the Monster Lab once it comes out. Again, it's up in the air whether it's going to be good or bad, but from right now, just take the information for what it's worth, try it out when it gets released, and just have fun with it, you know. There's no reason to threaten to quit the game, because it's just a game essentially. I don't know how else to say it. And for last, we have how much it'll cost to get your monsters from level 101 to 130. So let's see. Food per level, right here, 130. That is going to be the new total to get your legendaries up, guys. 3,538,220. That is the new amount to level up your monsters all the way to max. If you have an epic, it is slightly over 3 million. And if you have a rare, well, that rare just became expensive with 2,328,000. Man, that's ridiculous. But again, this was my video on the Monster Lab. Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows if it's gonna ruin the game or make the game better? Personally, right now, I'm biased towards it's gonna make the game a whole lot better, especially for those players who have nothing much to do other than do dungeons, play team wars. I don't know. I look forward to this. I hope it gets released pretty soon. I can't wait. I'm dying to find out more information about it. But at the end of this video, guys, just let me know in the comments. Like, I read all the comments, so you can do a super long comment about whatever you think is going to happen, and I will read it all and I will reply to it. So I want to hear everyone's opinion, so make sure to comment below. And that's it for this super long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time.